Hello everybody, this is Walrig, and welcome to episode 17 of Infinity Evolved Normal Mode. Well, I spent a lot of time on the last episode not really doing a whole lot of anything, so hopefully I can be a little bit more productive this time. I've got some ideas, so why don't I just go ahead and get started. So to start with, I want to make some different energy storage. And for this, I'm going to jump into thermal expansion, and I'm going to start with making a leadstone energy cell, which I probably need to make a redstone block first. Nope, wrong one. Oh, they jump around so much. Reception coil. And some copper. Alright. Then I'm going to take that guy and surround him with Invar to get the next tier, which is the hardened energy cell. This one's nice. It stores 2 million RF. And I am just going to plug it in. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want to go and plug it into my engines over here. Alright, so I'm just going to rewire my engines real quick. And put that guy down. The nice thing with all of these different mods is that RF talks to RF, so everybody's happy. And I realize that I probably don't have enough... probably don't have enough cable to do this. Let's see if I got some more redstone wire. I don't. Well, anyway. So this gate should be able to sense the energy cell. Has work. I thought it could. Low energy stored. There we go. So we'll go ahead and send a red pipe signal, and that'll get our engines started. So that's going to start charging, well, it's going to start charging those guys too, but it's going to start charging my energy cell. And if I get one, let me grab some more red wire. There we go. That gets both my engines going. These guys are nice because they actually have a visual display on the front here. We can't see it yet, but that is a power level indicator. And if we go in here, we can see that it has a pretty good supply of power coming in. Not huge. I mean, these guys are pushing 120 RF a tick. This guy can take 800 RF a tick, maximum in and maximum out. So I'm just going to let this charge up for a while. Oh, I need to reconfigure this. High energy. No. Nope. Not what I needed. Power requested. Ah, I bet that's what I need. Power requested. That would make sense. Okay. So I'm going to let that charge up for a while. And meanwhile, I need to build some other things. So one of the things I keep running into is that I'm kind of tired of mining. In between these episodes, I spend a considerable amount of time just digging through the under earth, trying to find materials. So I want to build something today that's going to do my mining for me, and that is going to be a BuildCraft Quarry. There is a couple of different things that we can use to mine with. Ender quarries, they're nice. But I haven't used a BuildCraft Quarry in a while, so I want to build one of these. As we can see, it takes a pretty significant number of gears, iron and gold and diamond. So let's go ahead and just get started with these. Oh, let's grab this one. So first off, if we look at the gears, each one of these gears is kind of a tiered structure. Oh, they're not anymore. Well, that one is. So the diamond gear takes gold gears. The gold gears, depending on which one you grab, takes different things. So we need 3 iron, 2 gold, actually 4 gold, and 2 diamond. So we'll go ahead and grab those. And then I will just go ahead and looks like I need to make some more gold. I have it, I just haven't got it all ground up yet. I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. One of the things I need is more diamonds because my tree cutter over here, the diamond head on it is broken, so this guy can't cut any more trees down. And so I need diamonds to repair it, but I'm pretty short on diamonds. So if you look at it, the woodcutter is completely broken. Repairs with diamonds. So that's one of the reasons I need more material. So, things to do. Alright, there's our gold, and we needed 4 of these guys. So go ahead and throw those back in, and take a look at our quarry again. So we've got the 3 iron, we've got 2 gold, and 4 gold. So we'll make 2 diamond gears, and a diamond pickaxe. And that just about used up all my diamonds. So it looks like I've got 2 diamonds left. All in told, that quarry takes 11 diamonds to make. It's kind of expensive. But with that, I now have a quarry. So the quarry's pretty cool. We'll just go down here and put it somewhere just to kind of show you if you've never seen one before. It is a single block, but as soon as I place it, it's going to draw a box, and down in the corner there you can see it's telling me it's actually going to keep 4 chunks loaded. So it's its own chunk loader. I don't know if I'm going to go into details about chunk loading, but I can kind of describe it a little bit. But what you see here is it draws a box, and it will, if we powered this, it would actually mine all of the blocks in that space. It would go all the way down to bedrock. I don't want to put the quarry here. I want to move it somewhere else. So I'm just going to break that. Just a standard pickaxe. BuildCraft is pretty nice like that. I need to get a couple more things before I can set up the quarry. I need to get a way, or have a way to get the items out of the quarry. And I'm going to use an ender chest for that. Or actually I'm going to use 2 of them, because of course 1 ender chest is useless. I need 2. And like always, I seem to be... I'm going to get on that auto crafting thing one of these days. I promise. So I have enough ender pearls, just barely. If I had made enough chests to do this. There we go. So the ender chests allow just like vanilla ender chests, but these are slightly modified in that I can color coordinate them. So if I get some, let's just, I don't know, let's grab something blue. Lappies, how about? Sure, lappies will work. So by default, if you notice, when I open one, it opens both of them. And if I put something in one, I can pull it out of the other. These are nice because I can color, I can mark them. So that one's blue, white, white, and that one's white, white, white. So now you see that they're different. But if I go over here, mark that guy as blue, now suddenly they're linked again. Perfect. So this is going to be handy because this is what's going to give me the ability to get the items back from the quarry. The other thing I'm going to need is what's called a landmark. Yeah, a landmark. And this is going to be useful for setting up an outline for my quarry. It'll do its own by default, but if we use landmarks, I can actually tell it where I want the quarry to mine. So I'm going to get 3 of them because I need 3 to mark a 3-dimensional space. and I'll show you how this all works here shortly. And then I'm going to get some cobblestone for reasons. And lastly, I'm going to need some kinesis pipes. So I'm going to need one of you, and probably need to make some gold. I probably just need one of you with some redstone, right? Yep. That'll give me the gold kinesis pipe. Actually, I need two because I need another one for somewhere else. And then I just need some regular, we'll just make some regular stone pipes. That should do the trick. Alright, let's see how our energy cell is doing. Looks like it's just about full. Fantastic. So I'm going to let this finish filling up, and I think we'll be about ready to have some fun with this quarry. Perfect. So as soon as that guy hit 2 million, the gates turned off, and so did the engines. That is exactly what I wanted. Good stuff. Alright, so where do I want to put this quarry? I've got kind of some deep water here in the deep ocean. Not exactly sure how far the bottom is down, but I know it's pretty far down. And I think I just want to go ahead and put a quarry out here, kind of in the middle of nowhere. So what I like to do is actually put my quarry so that it takes up exactly one chunk. And so with that, I'm going to bring up my grid pattern here so I can see where my chunk lines are. And I'm just going to go ahead and build out a little ways. I think I actually want to go and use the chunk that's out there. So let's build out a little ways. And let me kind of outline this chunk that I want to use. All right, I've got the chunk that I want is actually the one that's inside of here, and I've got it outlined, so I've actually built on the outside of this chunk wall. And what I'm going to do now, let's just go ahead and turn off our grid, is I need to place down these landmarks, and I'll show you a neat trick with these. If you didn't know, we can apply a redstone signal to a landmark, and it gives us a pretty nice outline. So it just sends a signal off in all directions just to give you a visual of where things are. So let's go ahead and put the second one here and the third one over here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click this first one that I placed, and what you'll see is it draws red lines. So what it's done is it's gone out and it's identified the other landmarks that it can see, and it's drawn a cube all the way around. And so when I come here, let's go ahead and we're going to take this guy off. I'm going to kind of build this platform out just a little bit more because I do need a little more space. And if I take my quarry now and I place it down, the quarry is going to use the outline from the landmarks. Oh, looks like I lost those into the water. It's going to use that to define the outer edge of where it's going to mine. So now what we need to do is get the rest of this set up so we can get this thing some power. I'm just going to build my platform out a little bit more here. And I'm going to start with, let's see, I should be able to, I need to program the right face of this to be an output. So like anything with thermal expansion, you use blue as input, red as output. And I should be able to, I believe I can just have it output directly. Perfect. So this guy's going to go to work. It actually builds a frame structure, and before he gets too far, I want him to work off of a high signal. Cool. And once the frame structure finishes, it gets the trestle and the arms, and this thing's ready to mine. The problem is I'm not ready for it to mine. Because this guy's going to have quite a bit of power. He's actually going to work pretty fast. So I want to, oops, not do that. That was not what I wanted to do. I'm going to put this over one more. That's not the end of the world, because this guy will just rebuild. So if I send the signal, oh, there he goes. He will start rebuilding. And we even got one piece. So the reason I want to build over water with this is that with the quarry, if it hits lava, the quarry will stop. So by building over water and mining over top of water, I can make sure that I will never actually hit lava. It'll just always turn to either obsidian or cobblestone. So this guy is pretty much ready to go. I want to get a few other things set up. So I need to get stuff set up on the receiving end so that I can start to process the materials that are going to come out of this. So let's head back to the base and do that. Okay, I'm back in the basement of my base, and for now I'm just going to set up a bit of a kind of a catch system for this. So I know that I'm going to be getting a lot of sand and dirt and cobblestone and gravel potentially, and I don't want to have to store all that stuff in a single chest because it's going to fill up a chest pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of storage drawers for this, and I'll just kind of put them down like so, and I'll go ahead and program these guys with gravel, dirt, cobblestone, and sand. That way they're already kind of ready to go. And these can store quite a few, just like that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put down a diamond chest. I spent the last 2 diamonds I had to build a diamond chest. It can store a lot of stuff in it. And I realize now I need a couple more item ducts. Alright, so I should be able to wire this up now with some item ducts. And hopefully these are fast enough. So that should work. I'm going to throw a servo on here. I've got a couple of basic servos. So again, hoping that it's going to be fast enough. But just doing that, we should see this sand disappear and eventually work its way over to this drawer. Perfect. The item ducts, of course, it tries to find the nearest, the basic one tries to find the nearest spot first. So by having this guy at the end, let's just kind of throw some stuff in there. What we should see is that everything works its way out and goes to the appropriate location. And there we go. So we got everything but the cobblestone. Perfect. Well, I think that's a good start. I'm probably going to have to upgrade that servo, but let's see what we can do for now. So let's go over here and kick off the quarry. All right. Ready, set, go. Oh yeah, he's got to finish building the trestle again because they broke it. And as soon as that finishes, we should see the arms take off and start mining. Cool. And it's kind of herky-jerky around because it actually, it basically removes one level at a time, and because the seafloor here is not flat, it's going to kind of jerk around until it gets everything leveled off, and then what you should see is that it will start to proceed in a back and forth pattern of some sort. Wow, that's really uneven down there. That's crazy. It's starting to make its way. So there's our chest. It is kind of filling up pretty quick. I'm going to keep an eye on this for a second and see if I need to go make another servo. Well, the servo's not the issue right now. The issue right now is that I drained this thing incredibly fast. So, yeah, 2 million RF is not a lot for the quarry. As you can see, this guy is very expensive to run, to build, everything. So, we got a pretty good haul so far. Picked up some Certus quartz and some iron. And, yeah, uranium ore, tin, not bad. It still has quite a ways to go down. We can kind of tell by the items that are in here, the fact that we're getting Certus quartz and iron. We're still pretty close to the surface, so as it gets deeper, it'll get into the richer materials, or the richer minerals. But I guess I need to go charge up my energy cell. Alright, while the energy cell is charging, I had an idea to build myself kind of an automatic shutoff for the quarry in case there's kind of two conditions that I could run into where I need to be able to basically turn off the power for the quarry. So the way the quarry works is that as long as something is supplying power to it, it will draw power regardless of whether it's actually doing anything. So I want to be able to basically send a redstone signal to the energy cell and tell it when to turn off, which will effectively turn off the power to the quarry. So the first state that I want to check for is that I want to look and make sure that the quarry has something to do. And then the second thing I want to look for is that I want to watch the chest to make sure that if this guy gets full, I want the quarry to stop. Because otherwise, if the chest is full, the quarry is going to keep going and it's going to spray items all over the place. And, you know, that's not nice. You lose them, and if you're on a server, people get mad at you because tick rate and bad things happen. So, what I want to do is build what's called an AND gate. And I think I'm going to do this with a little thing called Project Red. This is going to, excuse me, this is going to allow me to take two redstone signals and basically tie them together and make them take my two states and turn them into one. So I need some circuit plates, which I made just by smelting stone. It's pretty easy to make. And that's kind of the base component for a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and click through here and make the things I need for this. Hopefully I've got everything. Looks like I should. I need 3, I needed 4. I missed one. And that. Perfect. So this is a pretty basic logic gate. If you're not familiar with logic gates, basically there's 3 inputs and 1 output. And so what it'll do is it will take redstone signals, and in order for the output to be on, the inputs all have to agree with each other. They all have to be high in this case. So let's go ahead and set this guy up. So I went ahead and made some more basic gates, because I'm going to need those. And I think I'm going to need probably 1 more stone pipe. Yeah, that should do. Alright, let me run over and wire this up. Alright, one thing that I forgot to make is what's called, well, let's see, what do I want to look at? So I could just use redstone, regular old vanilla redstone, to wire all this stuff up, but I want to take advantage of something a little bit better to use, which is called RedNet cable. And that needs plastic sheets, which needs raw plastic, which I get from rubber bars, which I get from rubber. I happen to have found some of this. Apparently cut down a rubber tree at some point and got some rubber. So all I need to do is smelt that up. And then once I have these pieces, I take and run them through the furnace a second time to turn the rubber into raw plastic, and then I can turn the raw plastic into plastic sheets. So let's do that real quick. Alright, scratch that. It's not going to work. I don't have enough rubber. So things on the to-do list. Rubber trees. I need rubber trees. Anyway, let's just do this with redstone. Good old vanilla redstone. It'll save the day. So what I'm going to do here, we're going to go ahead and take this guy, and I need something. There we go. It gives me a little bit more space to work with. So what am I going to do? Well, let's start with, let's put down our AND gate. And I think I can just put it down like so, except it's the wrong way around. I can't turn it with that. So it does pay attention to which way you place it down. So I'm going to put it down like that. And I can see already, one of the downsides of vanilla redstone is that it does take a lot of space. A lot of space. So let's just go ahead and put that like so. Okay, so with this now, I'm going to take these gates that I have, and I'm going to put one here and one there. And the first one I'm going to program and tell it, as long as this guy has work, turn him on, obviously. I want to send a redstone signal. So, has work, sends redstone signal. This guy is going to send a redstone signal when there is space in the inventory. So as long as there's space in the inventory, we have a redstone signal there. Now I'm going to take these two, and I'm going to feed them in together. And of course, this is a 3 input. That's unfortunate. There we go. Just need to rewire it a little bit. So this is nice because it actually gives me an on-off switch still. As we can see, the graphic on here, where we've got 2 inputs that are red and one that is not. So this AND gate is not going to allow a signal to come out until all 3 of the inputs are on. So I'll run some wire from the output side over to the energy cell, and now if I flip the switch, everything is red and off it goes. So that's pretty slick. That way we've got, like I said, we've got automatic monitoring of the quarry, so as long as he has work to do, he'll send a redstone signal, and as long as this guy has space, he'll send a redstone signal. If any one of these is wrong, the signal goes off and the quarry stops. Just like that. Very nice. So, yeah, I'm going to have to just keep swapping this guy out, it seems like. I should probably build a second energy cell so that I can always have one charging. That's probably not a bad idea. I think I may do that. I think I may. And then, of course, I'm going to need to get the resources in my base. I'm going to have to do something with those, because we're getting good stuff. Just a real quick note, I want to show here that I put a hardened filter on here, and I blacklisted the 4 things that I don't want coming in, because they were kind of showing up. And then I also did put a reinforced servo on here so it can keep up very nicely. So there is a quarry. Automatic mining. It's doing my dirty work for me. Cool. Well, I'm going to let this dig, and hopefully we get some good stuff. And with that, I think I probably need to wrap up the episode here. Looks like about time. So, for now, this is Walrig. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.